Russell Brand. Okay, so do y'all know what's going on with Russell Brand right now?
They trying to cancel him.
I saw something about a media takedown or something like that.
I saw that, but do y'all know what they're trying to accuse him of?
Rape.
No. Whoa.
Yes, they're trying to accuse him of sexual assault.
I did see that.
They trying to hit him with rape case.
Like what did they say he did specifically?
Well, he is saying that, it's all false allegation. They're basically trying to take his media source down. All these media sites
They're
are
trying to
upset with
blackball
him,
him?
basically.
That sound very familiar.
Me just looking up Russell Brand, bro. Do y'all know how much it says this man does? He's a comedian, actor,
I didn't know that.
television presenter, YouTuber, screenwriter, poet, playwright, novelist, guitarist, radio personality, activist, blogger, and film actor.
Oh, he
Got a lot.
get
He's a
active.
busy guy.
They're accusing him of rape, sexual assault, and emotional abuse.
You get charged for emotional abuse.
Yeah, Andrew Tate did.
That's pretty crazy.
That's insane.
I wonder how they would justify that. How that works.
It is no person that's accusing him of this.
No person.
I'm looking it up, and we don't know who the
They're
person
probably
is.
trying to save their image, bro.
Let's hear
So they're
his,
trying.
let's hear his,
yeah,
what he has to say.
They're trying to
about it.
defame him. Let's get it.
Hello there, you awakening wonders. Now, this isn't the usual type of video we make on this channel where we critique, attack, and undermine the news in all its corruption, because in this story, I am the news. I've received two extremely disturbing letters, or a letter and an email, one from a mainstream media TV company, one from a newspaper, listing a litany of extremely egregious and aggressive attacks, as well as some pretty stupid stuff like my community festival should be stopped, that I shouldn't be able to attack mainstream media narratives on this channel. But amidst this litany of astonishing, rather baroque attacks are some
crazy.
very serious allegations that I absolutely refute. These allegations pertain to the time when I was working in the mainstream, when I was in the newspapers all the time, when I was in the movies, and as I've written about extensively in my books, I was very, very promiscuous. Now, during that time of promiscuity, the relationships I had were absolutely always consensual. I was always transparent about that then, almost too transparent. And I'm being transparent about it now as well. And to see that transparency metastasized into something criminal that I absolutely deny makes me question, is there another agenda at play? Particularly when we've seen coordinated media attacks before, like with Joe Rogan when he dared to take a medicine that the mainstream media didn't approve of. And we saw a spate of headlines from media outlets across the world using the same language. I'm aware that you guys have been saying in the comments for a while, watch out, Russell, they're coming for you, you're getting too close to the truth. Russell Brand did not kill himself.
That's what it is, bro. He always attacks medicine, bro. Like he attacks pharmaceutical companies and stuff, like what their agenda is and stuff like that.
That's insane.
Yeah, they're not gonna.
So,
That's pretty crazy.
hey guys,
insane.
but okay, I got a question now.
What?
Y'all gonna get hot at me.
What?
So y'all don't feel like they did.
Don't say Bill Cosby or R. Kelly.
I'm
bro.
just already, I'm already
don't
laughing
say it,
before his.
Do not say, but hey!
Bill Cosby though.
Now I ain't gonna lie though, but that's the thing. They
Or R. Kelly?
They got actual proof on them men. No woman has
Not
confessed
yet.
or came forward.
They looking
about
for it. They looking
these
for
allegations.
Her. They looking for her. They probably looking for her and they pay her that Rackies right now.
you
to
probably
hit
right.
this.
You think
in
someone-
language.
you think they could
I'm
pay someone
aware that
for
you guys have been
Yes.
Wow.
I
Deshaun
definitely
Watson.
think so. Deshaun
saying in the
did it.
comments for a while, watch out, Russell, they're coming for you, you're getting too close to the truth.
So Deshaun did.
I didn't say Bill Cosby or R. Kelly ain't do it. I just say I believe blackballing is real. That's my argument.
they blackballed
We have this
Deshaun.
argument a lot, guys.
They blackballed Deshaun.
I'm just playing. I don't know.
I know that a year ago there was a spate of articles. Russell Brand's a conspiracy theorist. Russell Brand's right wing. I'm aware of news media making phone calls, sending letters to people I know for ages and ages. It's been clear to me, or at least it feels to me, like there's a serious and concerted agenda to control these kind of spaces and these kind of voices. And I mean my voice along with
That's a
your
pretty
voice.
crazy
I don't mind them
allegation.
using my books and my stand-up to talk about my promiscuous consensual conduct in the past. What I seriously refute are these
Promiscuous.
very, very serious criminal allegations. Also, it's worth
Those are
mentioning
bad
that there are
allegations.
witnesses whose evidence directly contradicts the narratives that these two mainstream media outlets are trying to construct, apparently in what seems to me to be a coordinated attack.
Yeah.
Now, I don't want to get
trying to take it
into
down,
this
man.
any further because of the serious nature of the allegations, but I feel like I'm being attacked, and plainly they are working very closely together. We are obviously going to look into this matter because it's very, very serious. In the meantime, I want you to stay close, stay awake, but more important than any of that, if you can, please stay free.
He like he's stressing, bro, because I never seen his eyes so wide.
He
open like
does
that.
always like that.
He's always.
It's always big and
He
open like
always
that.
does that.
Yeah, he
Always.
does.
I
Yeah.
literally remember that from last time. He never looks away from the camera either. He just looks directly.
He's a professional.
Matter of fact, I think Tucker made a tweet about it. Oh, here it is right here, actually.
Did he?
Have you know
Yeah.
he never looks away
What
from
did
the
he
camera?
say?
Let me see if
His
if I can
eyes
pull
are
up.
so
I'll put this
big and
together.
open. Look how open they is. It's like he don't know.
If I can click the tweet.
Adderall right now.
We make-
Criticizes the drug companies, questions the war in Ukraine, and you can be pretty sure this is going to happen.
Oh, that's
Well,
insane.
if Tucker's saying it, I saw another famous page that endorsed him.
This is insane.
I don't know, man.
Yeah,
If
when we,
no one,
when
if
look at Andrew Tate, yo.
it's not tied to anyone, it's got to be
That's crazy. Andrew Tate.
Andrew Tate co-signed as well.
Yeah.
Well, it's definitely a coordinated attack then.
I actually never heard one of his videos.
He doesn't really have like
Yes, we have done one of his
No,
videos.
I'm talking about one of his videos on the medicine though, on the pharmaceutical companies.
We did one on lobbying, I think.
You did
Actually,
one, and
I
I
think
remember
this
he
is
was-
one.
Hey,
I kind of want to check it out though.
Hey, but, I don't want to play with them people. Y'all already see what they doing.
Nah, no. They're taking YouTube channels down. These people are watching.
They've
They
got
don't want people to.
unsubscribe to us.
They don't want people to like think on their own, bro, at all. Like the fact that the media companies hit him up, emailed him, and said you don't have the authority is crazy, and he's telling the truth more than the media companies.
That's what they don't like.
I like Russell
Wow.
Brand. He has like a nice middle ground. He's like
Yeah, I was gonna say he seems pretty middle.
he
is.
is real smart.
He talks so fast
He
sometimes.
does.
Big
He covers
words.
a lot of information.
Big words.
So Tucker said, if you talk about Ukraine and the pharmaceutical companies, that can
You're
get you
going down.
blackballed.
Wow.
So I know, Ukraine. We
Why are
already
we
know
talking
that's
about
bullshit. But we all know that's bullshit. So we don't need to hear somebody else talk about Ukraine. But I've actually never heard anybody talk about the pharmaceutical companies. Have y'all?
Yeah.
Only one I can say is
About
the
how they're
shot.
bullshit?
The only thing, bro.
Well, then it's not that they're bullshit. It's that they have agendas. Then they like basically they're saying like there's a bunch of conspiracies about them, but like one is like they want people to get sick so they'll buy their medicine.
Oh yeah, I've heard that. I heard
The
that.
only one I know
they
about
got
is
a cure
they're
for
like-
cancer or
yeah.
whatever, and they don't do it. So
Heard
they got
that.
the cancer medicine.
I've only
Basically,
heard that
they're
they
all
like
money things.
Yeah, I've heard it's all money related. I heard they like overcharge for like medicine to make money or something like that.
Well-
That's all I know.
Okay, so if that's the reason why Tucker said he might be getting canceled, I actually want to hear
Only
what
thing
he
I-
has to say about it.
Only thing I can say about pharma is how bad COVID was with the shots, bro. And they got a vaccine out
That was
in
pretty bad.
seconds.
He was going crazy on that.
All right, let's hear this video then.
And y'all know people having like heart problems because of the shots and stuff now.
Yeah,
That's
we
crazy.
actually, man, we talked to a guy that's like really big in that company. He said he was like kind of scared about it, but he was all like, I'm be honest, bro, like the rate of young people having heart attacks right now has never been this high until after the vaccine.
That's crazy. So you think that's directly correlated?
I mean, he's really deep in the company, the pharmaceutical world, and he said it might be, yes.
That's actually scary. That was like a mandated thing for college athletes too.
All right, let's get
They
it.
forced us.
No, they forced a
held
lot
us
of people.
down and tied us. We woke up strapped up and they said,
Nah, we just wanted to
That's
play,
crazy.
man. I mean, it's kind of like they forced us. It kind of was like that. Some jobs was like you can't get on planes. They was going as far as you can't even get on
Boy,
a
my
plane.
dad
That means you
said-
That's
can't.
pretty ridiculous.
vaccine or fired.
Yes, so that's basically.
Yes.
All right, let's see what Russell Brand has to say about the
They
pharma.
said that for real?
There's a lot of
yes.
places were
Ain't
doing
that against our
They were trying to
constitutional?
do that at UL. Like
No,
you
but it's a
couldn't
company.
enroll without the shot.
You don't have to, it's a company.
Do they have to pay for it?
Yeah.
Food and Drug Administration
Ain't
is the
giving them the
agency
shots.
that regulates big pharmaceutical companies, and it's funded by those same big pharmaceutical companies. Can you see any potential problems in the FDA being funded by the big pharma companies that it's regulating? The FDA used to be funded entirely by taxpayers, meaning it was sort of a public funded body, and I'm sure there was some room for corruption or whatever, but ultimately the FDA sort of was housed within
government made it.
governmental authority. Now it is increasingly funded by the institutions and corporations that it regulates. What kind of problems could you imagine that might lead to? The FDA has moved from an entirely taxpayer-funded entity to one increasingly funded by user fees paid by manufacturers that are being regulated. User fees! This is our fee for using you. Today, close to 45% of its budget comes from these user fees that companies pay when they apply for approval of a medical device or drug. Isn't it mental? Like when people say there's no way we can improve our systems of government. Yes, you can. Here's a few things. Don't have the FDA funded by the people it's regulating. Ban lobbying. right now, immediately. Oh, shit, all right, that would definitely be better. That would yeah, when we say it couldn't be improved, we mean we'd prefer you didn't improve it because it's perfectly good for us the way it is now because we can all make loads of money from it, even if it causes tremendous, unimaginable suffering for ordinary people. That is in fact irrelevant. Oh, aren't those ordinary people meant to be who the government represents? Yeah, that is what it's meant to be, but it ain't that, so shut up. Changes in more recent years have also increased the number of standard new drug applications approved the first time round by the FDA from 38% in 2005 to 61% in 2018. What could have changed? In diseases where there are not many medication options for patients, 89% of new drug applications were approved the first time round. So it seems that there is an impact when the FDA is funded by the people that make the product that it is meant to be assessing and regulating.
So pause that.
Just based on,
So
data.
you telling me
most recently the COVID-19
So you what I'm getting, I'm probably tripping. So you saying if I make a drug and go to the FDA with a bunch of money and tell them, hey, get this approved, even though it can fuck somebody up, they gonna approve me, I can sell it on the mainstream market like that?
You ever tried Vyvanse?
That sounds kind of like what he's getting at.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
I don't
lie.
think it's so easy like any Yahoo could do it.
No, but
But if you are in that world, you could, Because think
It
about
sounds
it,
like
the drugs that are illegal, if you just like, y'all know I'm the farthest from a conspiracy person. But if you look at the drugs that are legal and some of the drugs that are illegal, they have a far, one is far worse than another. And one is like Vyvanse, Adderall, all that. Being pushed onto kids, 5 years old, force feeding to 5-year-old, 4-year-olds from that age to their 20 years old.
You think people can take it at 4 and 5 for
Maybe
real?
not 4 or 5, but
They
like
take
7,
it
8.
wrong.
They might be 7, 8 taking elementary
fifth,
school. They're
fourth
taking
grade.
it.
Bro, I couldn't
Definitely.
imagine being off Vyvanse at 7 and 8
That's
years
what I'm.
old.
That is not.
That shit's crazy.
To me is not right. It's not. Because you take one of those and I am on drugs.
Man,
That's
you're
hard,
taking,
right?
you're taking a high dosage. Though.
No, that's the lowest doses that the doctor
Which
provides.
one?
I gotta prescribe.
Which one is that?
The Vyvanse, 30 milligram. They have 60 and 90.
Oh, that's Adderall. They have like a 5 milligram Adderall though.
Do they?
Yeah. Well, I would like that.
But like that's
Yeah,
like
but-
that. You might as well swing your child to blood at that
But
point.
Oh, that's crazy.
That's not worse. I feel like one is worse.
That's
How is
crazy.
he
Easily
digging
worse.
this deep though? Now I mean, he's just doing
9%
research.
of new
but-
drug
And
applications.
he's coming with evidence. That's why I like. We know I got nothing up with this dude. He come with it right here.
Yeah, they don't want this shit.
Hey, I might make a drug.
Were approved the first time round. So
Here's
it
the
seems
problem.
that there is an impact when the FDA is funded
Capitalism,
by
bro.
the people that make the product that it is meant to be assessing and regulating, just based on, data. Most recently, the COVID-19 pandemic has seen the FDA provide emergency use authorization for potential treatments in a matter of weeks, not months. The infrastructure and capacity to review the available information so rapidly is due in large part to the funding from user fees. While the number and speed of drug approvals have been increasing over time, so have the number of drugs that end up having serious safety issues coming to light after FDA approval.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Oh,
That's
wow.
amazing. So there's
the-
a consequence to that. When you approve things quickly because of economic reasons, profit-driven reasons, down the line there are problems. Of course there are.
Wow.
Of course, if the
This
free
is
market
scary.
capitalism, it's done wonderful things. Brilliant things have been achieved. We didn't know enough
The
then.
shots,
The same
though,
way as
bro.
in science continually. Do you remember when they used to put those mercury fillings in their mouths? Oh, we're not going to do that no more. It's poisoning your blood. But at the time, it was like, oh, this is the best we got. So we're not condemning science for being at a precipice of understanding. We are condemning it for not responding to the knowledge that they have currently. If you know that having a set of pharmaceutical companies regulated by an agency that they fund leads to bad drugs being released, change it, stop it immediately. And if you don't do that, don't claim that what you have is a system that's for ordinary people. Just declare outright on the news, behind a podium, flag waving.
Yeah, I don't know if we want to post this video.
No,
I don't know, man. He's making a lot of sense.
I don't know if we want to
I
post
really
this
do see
video.
why did they obviously shouldn't have, it was wrong, but why they blackballed him because he's exposing them.
Man, he just
It's like
exposed
he's
that
taking
like
them
verbatim.
He's putting them on the stage and he's pulling their pants right down.
I'm gonna keep it 100.
Literally. He's exposing that agenda so easily, so
Like-
quick. He's like explaining to you how we're affected by it, and then saying what they're doing to cover it up, and saying how it's bullshit. Like
It's coming with
he's
logical reasoning.
man.
Should
Hey.
we post this, Taj?
I don't think them people gonna come and get us.
Man, it's not even about them people, bro. It's just like They could just terminate our channel.
Oh, that would be.
But y'all want to know what effed me up the most?
I would be at Google's
I'm
door.
still just messed up about COVID because, like, now I'm looking at COVID because FDA approved the first scientist. The scientist says it's scientifically proven that the shot is going to save you. The scientists tested that you're going to be safe. You're going to be
Man,
this.
scientists think a whole lot of shit. It's scientists who think the world flat.
Shit, I'm a goddamn scientist now. Fuck it. Scientists approve. You scientists. I got a degree. Scientifically proven, man.
Now, we can
I'm
bring
I'm a master of science.
Hey.
I'm pretty close to a scientist.
Hey, shit, at this goddamn point.
We ain't gonna say his name, but the guy we met in Dallas, if we bring him on this show, the shit he was telling me about the medicines, bro,
Yeah, it was
actually messing my head up.
Yeah.
It was like scary, bro.
Yeah.
Because he's deep in that pharmaceutical world. Like, he has like, I don't know, like a master's in something. Like,
He said he owns pharmacies.
He owns pharmacies and he has like he has a whole bunch of shit in drugs, man. It's insane, the shit he was telling me. He was so against the vaccine. I said, did you get it? He said, no. He said, why would I take something that's been, like, it happened quickly like that. Like, it wasn't
That is what
tested
everyone's
over
saying.
time. Like,
I wish we had a choice, man.
yeah, we really
We
didn't have
were
a
also
choice.
against it, and they said $100. We said, "Oh well, that doesn't sound too bad."
They did give us
They
$100.
did bang
They
in front of
paid
college
us.
students. Here's a free 100.
That's putting cheese in front of a rat. Man.
Y'all boys
You know,
know
it's
that's
COVID.
right.
I'm broke. Here's $100. To do what?
stick it in me.
Oh my God.
That day was so
people
funny.
woke up.
This man, you remember he got scared, bro?
People
He
were
got
waking up
scared
sick.
because the soldiers.
Yeah, I was messed up.
man.
That had me so weak when y'all was like, bro, what's going on?
No, that was weird. I expected to see like white lab coats. We would have never seen the soldiers. I said,
Yeah, bro.
it looked like some shit off Transformers.
Dang.
That had me so
Stop
weak.
it. Stop it immediately. And if you don't do that, don't claim that what you have is a system that's for ordinary people. Just declare outright on the news, behind a podium, flag waving in the background, we're doing this shit for corporations. This ain't about you. Shut up. Shut your mouth. We're not interested. Stop the pretense. It's irritating to watch. In one assessment, investigators looked at the number of newly approved medications that were subsequently removed from the market or had to include a new black box warning over 16 years from the year of approval. These black box warnings are the highest level of safety alert that the FDA can employ, warning users that very serious adverse events could occur. 21% of medications were removed or had a new black box warning. 21%?
That's crazy.
That's terrible. If 21% of our videos were just lies, I was like, I'll stick a black box on them. That's not good enough, is it? Some potential reasons that more adverse effects are coming to light after the drug approval include senior FDA officials overturning scientists' recommendations.
Whoa.
We'd like to overturn that. Oh, we recommend you don't do it. Overturn.
No, this is
and a
so
lower burden
crazy.
of proof for medication approval. Yeah, I've got some medication here. Can you prove it works? Oh, it's too much of a burden proving stuff. A Yale-led study showed that nearly 1 out of every 3 drugs approved by the FDA have a new safety issue detected in the years after approval. Those people in the public space now talking about science.
Whoa.
Hey, it's science. Trust science. Trust the scientists. These are the scientists! I'm not anti-science. Look at all this glory. Well, not necessarily this T-shirt. This was made by a scientist in a T-shirt shop. I mean, the camera, the laptops, all the stuff.
This
I
guy's
love it.
funny.
I love the gadgetry. It's fantastic. It's wonderful
No,
we can
this is scary,
communicate.
though.
It's wonderful that my mother
Crazy.
didn't die of cancer. Them 8 times she had cancer because of the National Health Service in the UK and because of brilliant medications, presumably. But what ought be addressed is that the profit incentive has become so powerful, it's evidently corrupting based on this evidence. The
Yeah.
FDA is increasingly
Yeah,
greenlighting
one of those
expensive
facts.
drugs despite dangerous or little known side effects and inconclusive evidence that they curb or cure diseases. As patients or their insurers shell out tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars for unproven drugs, manufacturers reap a windfall. For them, expedited approval can mean not only sped up sales, but also if the drug is intended to treat a rare disease or serve a neglected population, FDA incentives worth hundreds of millions of dollars. That's mental. The system's not working correctly then. Instead of a regulator and a regulated industry, we now have a partnership, said Dr. Michael Carome, Director of the Health Research Group for Non-Profit Advocacy Organisation Public Citizen. That relationship has tilted the agency away from public health perspective to an industry-friendly perspective. Public health is not about public health, it's about being friendly to the industries. Don't those little words tell you the truth? Don't they tell you everything you need to know? It's not about public health, it's about being friendly to the industry. Public health should be a priority in public health. The FDA also increasingly allows drug makers to claim success in trials based on proxy measurements instead of clinical outcomes like survival rates or cures, which take more time to evaluate. In return for accelerated approval, drug companies commit to researching how well their drugs work after going to the market.
That's
But these
crazy.
post-marketing studies can take 10 years or longer to complete, leaving patients and doctors with lingering questions about safety and benefit. Of course, what they say is,
10
well, we
years?
need to get
That's
these drugs out
crazy.
there
That's
now.
what you see the
These people are
commercials.
sick now.
And
We
it's
got to
all-
help them now.
I was
Would you
literally
want your
thinking
mum
that.
or your kid to wait?
All these things could happen. You could die. You could
Hey,
fall over
feel
and
dizziness.
have blood coming out your eyes.
They're
You
going
bend
so
over at
fast
the
when
same
they
time.
say, "Do you feel dizziness, headache?"
This
feel
is headache,
dizziness,
blood
headache?
coming out the eyes, nose, ears at the same time.
See a doctor immediately.
Seizures.
Oh my
Whoa.
gosh.
Instant death.
So what? What's gonna make me feel bad? I got a headache. Pain.
That's crazy. That is actually how
God
that goes
forbid
down.
I roll up
Wow.
a donkey.
It was only one party that was against the
You
vaccine.
get caught with a cart, you going to jail. Felon. Whoa!
THC, yeah, it's crazy, bro.
But I can have Welcome to America.
This is sad.
This is America. What was that song?
Years or longer to complete,
Drugs
leaving
can be-
patients and doctors with lingering questions about safety and benefit. Of course, what they say is, well, we need to get these drugs out there now. These people are sick now. We've got to help them now. Would you want your mum or your kid to wait 10 years while we don't make enough while we prove that the drug is effective? But when you know that what's at the beating heart of these systems is mendacious
That is
greed
actually
and
a
malfeasance,
point, though.
then it's very difficult to trust them.
To the
The
opposite-
FDA's
to the
growing
opposition.
emphasis on speed has come at the urging of both
Yeah.
patient advocacy groups and industry. I wonder who funds them patient advocacy groups. Don't look into that too hard. Which began in '92 to contribute to the salaries of the agency's drug reviewers in exchange for time limits on reviews. In 2017, Pharma paid 75% or $905 million to the agency's scientific review budgets for branded and generic drugs, compared to 27% in 1993.
75?
Industry also sways the FDA through a less direct financial route. Many of the physicians, caregivers, and other witnesses before FDA advisory panels that evaluate drugs receive consulting fees, expense payments, or other remunerations from pharma companies. This is what
Wow.
I've been telling
They're
you for a
getting
while.
broken off. So here you
Science
go.
is a subset of capitalism.
Here you go.
So it behaves
Well,
in
you
accordance
can't
with the principles of capitalism, maximum profit. So it's not like science is bad or whatever. Science is neutral. But if it exists as a subset of a fundamentalist ideology, and I know you think, oh, capitalism, what would you pro capitalism? No, I'm
three
not saying
boxes right
communism. There's millions
Y'all sure you want to watch about this, especially,
This shit's pretty crazy, but like, what's our video gonna do to stop it? Like, we're just watching a video.
No, yeah, we
Yeah,
we
we'll be
should
alright,
we shouldn't
man.
get in trouble, but
Yeah, I don't think it's that big a deal.
you know,
Have you seen anyone
is-
else react to this?
I don't know, but it's just crazy that they're trying to blackball the man, bro.
That's what they do, man, when it doesn't align with their agenda.
So it behaves in accordance with the principles of capitalism, maximum profit. So it's not like science is bad or whatever. Science is neutral. But if it exists as a subset of a fundamentalist ideology, and I know you think, oh, capitalism, what would you pro capitalism? No, I'm not saying communism. There's millions of alternatives. There's thousands of different ways to do things. What I mean by capitalism is profit at all costs, late capitalism, advanced capitalism, rampant mutant capitalism that we're living within now. I'm not criticising the right of people to come up with an invention and sell it. I'm talking about a warped, corrupt system that fell apart in 2008. It's been kept alive like Frankenstein ever since then, and is still churning out bogus products and living in a kind of phantom dream space. It's not surviving according to the principles that it espouses. It's kept alive artificially. And it's not even properly competitive.
You know
These
the
drugs
FDA
don't
approved
work,
fentanil?
they're failing,
Wait, what?
they're hiding the...
Man, stop it. For
No,
real.
no, fentanyl, they do give, I think, in
Yeah,
the
they-
hospital.
they
You
approved
remember
it.
you seen
Oh, yeah,
that
yeah,
video
yeah,
of
yeah.
that dude? They said,
That's what the
he
Michael
said
Jackson was
fentanyl.
on.
He said, what? He said,
She
not
said
that kind.
Not that kind of fentanyl. That was
Yeah.
funny. He said,
And
My-
then told me that too, I'd have jumped up out the thing. You can't
I'm
do
telling
what?
you, the fentanyl.
Hell no.
Nah, but about think
Michael
about
Jackson
it.
was on that shit when he died.
They have some drugs out there.
Yeah, that's what
he
he
was
OD on.
prescribed fentanyl.
That's how you OD.
The medical fentanyl, they prescribed it to him.
Didn't know
That's
that.
crazy.
Yeah.
They have medicines where they could take you to sleep in literally 5 minutes, bro.
Bro, when I had my surgery, bro, I felt like I did this.
You telling me it's
That's
some
how
drugs
it
that can
felt.
do that?
It literally felt like this. 4 hours passed. I was like, yeah, does it hurt? I said,
That's
"Nah."
crazy.
What the hell? I mean,
They have drugs that can just
they
make
got
you
some
feel
drugs out
completely
there,
numb.
man. Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
This is crazy.
I
man.
wouldn't know. I wouldn't know.
Wow.
That's what people be saying.
I mean, that was a good point though. That was. We're just gonna let this child, go through that. We gotta hear him try to get this off.
Give him some meth.
Give him some.
Fill him up with a little meth. He'll sit there in class, guaranteed.
That's really what's
crazy,
going on
bro.
too. That's crazy. That's actually insane.
artificially, and it's not even properly competitive. These drugs don't work, they're failing, they're hiding the truth, they're paying people off. That's not science, that's capitalism, that's
Yeah.
corruption, it's cronyism. Think of a word that you like for it. What might be called pay-later conflicts of interest have gone largely unnoticed and entirely unpoliced. In examining compensation records from drug companies to physicians who advised the FDA, the journal Science found widespread after-the-fact payments or research support to panel members. Among the investigation's key findings over nearly a 4-year period of 107 physician advisors who voted on the committees Science examined, 40 received more than 10,000 in post hoc earnings or research support from the makers of drugs that the panels voted to approve. 26 of those gained more than $100,000 and 6 more than $1 million.
Damn.
So they're sort of closing down potential avenues for the truth getting out by paying off every single person, shutting down proper review, research and understanding. It's a sort of totalitarian dome of deception. The FDA says its rules, along with federal laws, stop employees from improperly cashing in on their government service. But Science, that journal, found that employees at the agencies often reap later awards, jobs, or consulting work from the makers of the drugs. It's like they'll go to any lengths, isn't it?
Y'all seen how Mark Cuban made that company? There was like he made a new pharmaceutical, well, not new now, maybe about a year or two ago. Pharmaceutical company, but they're supposed to be like, you don't need a prescription. And it's all like very affordable online. You heard about that?
I mean,
Yeah, I remember
was
that.
he talked about that on Neckboy Cup podcast?
Yeah, that's where I saw it. Is that out yet? Like, is that going?
I don't know.
Because
I have no idea.
He could.
But I thought I watched this podcast and he said he can't. See, me and Brandon was talking about that because I thought he came up off medicine, but he didn't, obviously.
I forgot. What did he?
He came up off
He came up with a broadcasting
Yeah.
network on the internet in 1996.
But
Yeah, no, they came with the first. Yeah, it was
it was
something
like a sports.
entertainment.
It was like a sports.
Because he said he
network.
came with the first way to like watch sports or something.
Yeah, on the internet.
Yeah, I didn't
Sold the
hear that part.
company.
I just heard
sold
that
it for
medicine part.
$3 billion in
So,
1990s.
I thought that's how he came
like
up.
Then he got
billions.
later involved in medicine. Yeah, that's why he's probably still.
So he's
involved in
profiting
it now.
off medicine though, like
I don't
already?
know, I don't know.
Oh, okay, so that's something that he said he might start getting to though.
But I think that he's trying to do that. But he's trying to sell it like for extremely like affordable prices.
Well,
that,
yeah,
that
'cause
would
it was
kill
like, yeah.
insurance. That would change the market of a lot of
Nah,
things.
bro, like birth control, like stuff like that is extremely high, bro. Like it's crazy, but think about it, they have actual drugs for anything.
Like I think remember
Every
insulin
problem.
was one big thing he said. Insulin for like
That's
diabetics.
yeah. That's
that
diabetic.
is true.
My homie was diabetic. We was growing up and like he had this thing on his hip and all. It was crazy. He wrestled and everything with it on and everything.
Ain't insulin is your sugar too low?
And
or high?
fasting could be the ultimate drug, and we don't know.
So try it.
might
All
need
this
to.
hooting and holler about fasting, you ain't went on one no damn fast yet.
I mean, I do sometimes.
No,
Though.
you don't. You
I do.
just be too lazy to eat and then say you was fasting.
Nah, bro, I do it sometimes, but no, it's actually been like proven. Some people like have like lumps in their bodies.
I
and
can
they
see
fast.
fasting because
Bro, just finish the video.
I'm sorry, I'm serious though.
no,
like,
yeah.
finish the
Anyway,
video.
I can see how that works.
And then they did fast.
Just because putting your body through stress makes it like adapt.
supposed to eat up cells.
As its rules, along with federal laws, stop employees from improperly cashing in on their government service. But Science, that journal, found that employees at the agencies often reap later awards, jobs, or consulting work from the makers of the drugs. It's like they'll go to any lengths, isn't it? Oh, you can't pay them while they do. Yeah, but what about if down the line, oh, I suppose you could do it. They'll do anything. What's the focus meant to be? The focus is meant to be, can we effectively treat diseases? Whole thing's gone out the window. In 2016, a study found that 15 of the 26 employees who left the agency later worked or consulted for the biopharmaceutical industry. Of the more than $24 million in personal payments or research support from industry to the 16 top earning advisors, 93% came from the makers of drugs those advisors previously reviewed. So there you are, 93%. That's basically all of it. That's basically all of it. So they've got it sewn up from every potential angle. You're not dealing with the truth. I wonder what other areas that kind of mentality is at play at. Other areas where you're told to just trust the
They might
science,
off
trust the
this,
data,
man.
not question it. Look at how they operate. You know that these companies and organisations are not trustworthy. Here is
So
the
what can we
information
do?
from a journal, ironically
I'm about
called
to say, what
Science.
can we do
Presumably
about this?
they're not.
Get rid of the FDA.
At Science, we all sit
Have a
around with
new
crystals
system.
and just
How do we-
reading
Ain't that
about
what
like
Vivek said trying
Illuminati
to do?
conspiracies and that. They're scientists, aren't they? They're science reviewers.
Who tried to do?
Isn't Vivek trying to get rid of the FDA?
He
Or
trying to
the
get rid of the
Department
FBI.
Education?
Yeah, education
And-
and FBI.
Well,
They
the
said-
FDA could be thrown on that list.
Yeah, throw them on there too, man.
He might support the FDA because, you know,
Yeah, he was in pharmaceuticals. But I mean, if
He
he's
might
trying to
not-
get rid of the FBI and stuff, he got to be against the FDA. That you can't have both, or like
Right.
yeah, the
one
FDA
without the
need to
other.
go. They need a new regulation.
If they shady, then these guys are definitely shady.
Bro, 24 million in personal payments or research support from industry to 16 top earning. advisors, 93% came from the markets of drugs.
makers
bro.
of
The
drugs.
makers. Oh, I'm talking. That is crazy. 93%.
So them
he got the sources down there,
the top
too.
earning advisors, the people who were advising made $24 million, and the makers of drugs were paying them that $24 million. That's crazy. They were paying the guys advising for them. They're just paying to get their way to get the drugs off so they can make money. They're just trying to peddle bad stuff to the people to make money. It's all a big scam. This new drugs FDA approved. We should be concerned.
Block all
Because like that's supposed to be something that's reassuring, but knowing that reassurance is all lies, that makes me concerned.
Ain't FDA a part of our food too?
Yes, Food and Drug Administration.
Well, that's
right?
extremely.
We should have been new though.
That's extremely.
When we could
concerning.
say the vaccine word on YouTube, we should have known there.
You said what?
We couldn't. People weren't allowed to see the vaccine word on YouTube, or was it Ukraine or something? I don't know. One of those countries.
Let's finish the video, man. 1 minute
That's
left.
insane.
That's pretty crazy. He just blew my
Initiative
brain.
after another to expedite drug approvals. In 1988, it created fast-track regulations. In 92, accelerated approval and priority review. In 2012, Congress added the designation breakthrough therapy, enabling the FDA to waive normal procedures for drugs that showed substantial improvements over available treatments.
Because I think they had good intentions with this.
Wait,
In
what-
2012, Congress added the designation breakthrough therapy, enabling the FDA to waive normal procedures for drugs that showed substantial improvements over available treatment. Say somebody's real sick, like with a disease or something, and there's no medicine for it, but then they figure out there is a medicine for it, well, they can hurry up and approve it and get it to people who are sick. In its purest form, I think that is a good idea, but people obviously manipulate it for their own agenda. But I think if there's a drug that can heal someone that is sick, y'all can go ahead and approve that then.
But how they know if it's gonna have long term
Yeah,
effects?
that's what I'm saying.
problem.
But that's why it's a hard thing. Because what if it's a life or death type of thing?
Yeah.
Like, they're gonna die anyways. Right now, if they don't get something.
So you just gonna use them as a test dummy?
If people signed up for that, people
Yeah,
will be like,
yeah.
I'm cool. Like, they sign
I'm
up
cool
for
with
clinical
that.
trials because they're like on their deathbed.
Yeah,
That's
And
crazy.
it's like either like, what do you have to risk? Like, it's a messed up thing to say, but it's the truth. People, I know people who have done that.
I guess there was some good intentions.
That's what I'm saying.
You would need to be some sort of mad Pinocchio style optimist to go, oh yeah, this is all cool, this is all trustworthy, nothing to see here. It would take a level of gullibility, of credulity, difficult to imagine. These agencies being funded by the corporations that they're meant to be assessing and regulating is a farce. If you want a better world, demand that stops. Demand that lobbying stops. It's not impossible to change the world. It's just the people that benefit from it staying the same tell you that change is impossible.
Wow.
That's all that's happening.
That's
if you enjoyed
crazy.
this
I bet the pharmaceutical people that when they watch this video, boy, they probably just tweet.
I ain't gonna lie, that video blew
Perfect.
my mind.
Tweet out out there.
Like,
yeah,
I haven't had
it's
my mind
disgusting.
blown like that in a while. That was crazy.
I wasn't very
I feel like he
surprised
just
by
pulled the
any of
mask
that.
back on a lot of stuff. Like on Scooby Doo, who's under this mask?
Nah, he just making me second guess now. If I
You
go to
meddling
CVS or
kids.
Walgreens,
Jonathan Jones?
You'll never get away with this.
Well,
he's making me second guess a lot of
I'm
things.
not really that surprised about that.
yeah, they already said about some stuff we
If you
taking in
do
our
look
food.
at, if you just look at like that one example I gave, that I just don't see no explanation for that.
We just got
I
an
need a
explanation.
counter argument for that specific one. The giving the kids ADHD medicine.
Oh.
I don't see any justification behind that.
Yeah.
Let's look up the age before I'm just talking out my ass.
I'm pretty
At
sure
what
they do that
age?
to kids.
I'm gonna keep it 100.
But
I
I-
remember my brother was in that bit at least around 10 to 12 for sure.
I don't know.
7th, 8th grade. Yeah.
Somebody on the comments, a dumbass, was all like, "Okay, I know Salo has ADHD. He needs to get it treated."
As young as 6 years of age.
Wow. It says that they make him chill, but when I've taken Adderall, I'm
Buddy.
not chill, so I don't need it.
No, it
Whoever
makes
said
you.
that.
It makes you like lock it in. One time I took one and I literally read an entire book cover to cover. Had a blast.
I mean,
Wow.
that
It's the best thing I've ever done in my life.
That type of medicine, I think. I mean, it could be good and it
It's
could
not
be
good
bad.
for you, bro.
It's
It's not good for your
definitely
brain.
not,
You've seen what I did to our homie.
No.
It makes people depressed.
No.
I know another.
I've
I
took
know
one.
multiple people who make like took it consistently and became depressed and stuff off it. And on
Yeah,
top of that, when I would take it and I would go to practice, bro.
Oh, you feel like you're on meth
Oh,
for real.
bro, and then that comes
makes my
down
heart,
off it,
like,
bro.
beat.
Oh, that headache, that is the most
The
severe
come down
headache
is
of
terrible.
all time.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
crashed bad off
I ain't
of
gonna
it.
lie.
That must
I got
not,
a crazy
like,
story.
That's why it feels to be a meth person.
Yeah, I told y'all, bro. I took a Valvance one time, and like I had like a bad trip for some reason, and I actually caught like a line and I was tweaking that bad. Like,
Caught a what?
I caught one of those like drug lines, and they were like, "Okay, it's alright, you know, like I probably feel, I know how you feel. Just chill."
Jeez.
Oh wow, you was tweaking that
I was
bad.
tweaking bad.
Next time, you know
Wow.
the best thing is to do? Sweat it out. Go to the sauna, sweat that shit out.
Yeah, sweat it out. Take a cold bath or something.
I hope Russell
I'm
Brand
about
beats
solutions,
this.
man.
I see
And
why
I
they're
don't know
after
how
like
to-
seeing all the presented evidence. I can see why they're trying to take a guy like this down.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
Oh, yeah.
until they come with any facts, I believe this man is innocent.
And Russell,
I believe this man is
you
innocent.
better go to the gun store and load up. 'Cause you don't know what type of ops you just started.
Facts.
Yeah, this is crazy, guys.
You gotta
Well,
be armed and dangerous.
let us know what y'all think about Russell Brand, and what do y'all think about the FDA, and what do y'all think about the people trying to take him down.